Want to know one of the most misunderstood secrets about what truly turns women on? It's not the abs, it's not the car. It's not even the smooth talk, it's boundaries. Yes, strong, grounded, unapologetic boundaries. And here's the truth. Most guys never learn. Boundaries don't turn women off, they turn them on. But I'm not talking about fake alpha posturing or manipulative games. I'm talking about real masculine boundaries. The kind that come from deep self-respect, unshakable purpose, and a man who knows exactly who he is. In today's video, I'm breaking down 6 specific boundaries that triggers anti-attraction in women. No through a force, but through presence. These aren't power plays, they're a clarity moves. And when you hold them, something shifts inside her. She feels it, she respects it, she responds to it. Stick around especially for boundary number 6, because that one it doesn't just protect your power. It she sees you, and more surprisingly, how she sees herself when she's with you. So let's dive in. Boundary 1. The unavailable advantage. Your time easy. That's the first and most powerful boundary you can ever set. Now at first, this one feels dangerous. You didn't reply to her text right away. You didn't drop everything when she wells. You didn't rearrange your entire schedule just to be available for her. On a whim, your mind screams, wait, won't she won't she think I care? Won't she move on to someone more responsive? Actually, the opposite happens. When you're not always available, you send a message, not with words, but with energy. My time has value. My life is already full. You're stepping into something that already has motion, meaning, and direction. That's subtle tension. That slight uncertainty feels about where Chef fits into her world. That mystery, its magnetic constant availability scrams one thing. I've got nothing else going on. Scarcity creates value. It always has, and when a man becomes rare, he becomes irresistible. You don't chase her, you draw her in simply by holding space for your own life. Now, tell me, have you ever been too available and watched her slowly low interest? Drop the word guilty in comments if that's ever happened. Toy you, because this one change alone can shift your entire dating dynamic. Boundary 2. The no apology rule. Say no without guilt. This one boundary can change everything. Harassed twist that most men miss. How will you say no matters more than how often you say yes. Picture this. Shine invites you to something that doesn't tail in with your schedule or energy. You to say no, but your gut says don't upset her. So you end up saying, I'm so sorry, I just, this one thing, and maybe I can move it, but I'll try. Epimedes, you over-explain, you backpedal. You soften your truth until it barely sounds like a boundary anymore. And Chef feels it. Now compare that to this. Hey, I won't be able to make it, but I hope it's great. Let's catch up later this week. Polite, clear, confident. That's attractive. You didn't fidget. You didn't apologize for existing. You didn't ask for permission. You just town your time. A man who can say now a thought out. Guilt doesn't just protect his schedule. He communicates faith trusts himself. And in a world full of men reeing to please everyone that kind of self-trust, it's magnetic. Boundary 3. The respect reflex. Call out subtle disrespect calmly. Most men think disrespect is loud. Bootherast truth. It's usually whispered, it's in the tiniest moments. An era when you're speaking a sarcastic jab about your job. A dismissive comment in front of friends. A joke that cuts just a little too deep. And most guys, they brush it off. They think she's just joking, they let it slide. They tell themselves it's no big deal. But the truth you need to understand. Letting those moments go doesn't mock chill. It makes you invisible. Not owe the world to her. Because whether she knows it consciously or not, she's watching how you handle disrespect. And if you don't respect yourself enough to pull it out, she won't respect you with her. Now, I'm not saying you snap or lecture her or start a fight. You stay calm. You look her in the eye and say, hey, I don't let people talk to me like just that. Simple, firm, grounded. That one, Linados, what 1,000 sweet texts never could. It creates polarity. It shows her thought a man with a standard that Yona or that being around you requires awareness and respect. And here's the magic. When a woman sees you respect yourself enough to speak up, she doesn't pull away. She feels safer. Shellens in. She becomes more feminine in your presence. Be spec your holding frame. Now, have you ever let something slide and felt a little off afterward? Drop third frame and comments if that's ever happened to Yobek, because these amicro moments, they reveal everything. Boundary 4. That test lead instead of react. Let me tell you something that will separate you from 99% of men. A woman will test your emotional center long before she trusts your emotional depth. And most men, they fail that test within minutes. Hair. Show it goes. She throws in appleful tease. She makes a bold or its mark. She brings up something edge justo, see what happens. And what do most guys do? They snap, get defensive, explain themselves, or worse, they shut down. You know what that tells her? He's fragile. He doesn't know who he is. He can handle intensity. But the man wasn't hard, the one who hears the jab, pauses, smirks, and says something like, "That's cute. You always test G this fast." That man, he just flipped the script. Because emotional control isn't about being cold, it's about being grounded, and when a woman senses that can't rattle you, she relaxes. She respects you. And deep down, she starts wondering what else is he and that question, that curiosity, it's what draws her deeper. Because while most men are stuck trying to pass her test, you're the man rewriting the test as it happens. Boundary 5. The authority silence. Don't explain, just decide. Let's go back to something most men do without realizing it. They over-explain. They try to make everything sound nice. They write 5-paragraph texts to someone. They talk themselves into Cyrus just to avoid upsetting her. Other ask problem. Every time you explain yourself too much, you're asking for even if your words sound confident, the energy underneath is. Let's take a classic example. A man says, "I won't be able to make it tonight. I've had a long week. Work's been stressful, and I think I just need a rest and reset. Hope that's okay. Really sorry again." Now compare that to "can't make it tonight, but let's catch up later this week." See the difference? One is a man trying to justify his theatharo, is a man owning his real confidence. It's efficient, it doesn't ramble, it doesn't look for validation, it doesn't read a Kushianthi truth with 10 emotional airbags. It simply acts, says your rule. Say less me and more. Let your presence do Thettelking, because a man who can calmly say hot hemens and then go silent holds far more power than the one who keeps trying. Tobe understood. She doesn't need your over-explaining, she needs to feel that your words come from S, and when she does, you don't just win her attention, you earn Heritage. Boundary 6. The mission first code. This is the boundary that flips the whole game. You're ready. Here it is. She joins your journey. She doesn't let that land for a second. Because most men, even smart, ambitious men, lose themselves. The moment a woman their life, they shift everything for her. They adapt their goals, their soul, their mindset just to keep her happy. And, at first, she might enjoy the attention, but very quickly something shifts. She starts to feel like your purpose, Isher, not your vision, not your growth, not your goobish. And you know what happens next. The polarity dies. But there's the twist. A woman doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to be part of a world that's already moving. She wants to join a man with momentum, with a path, with a fire that's burning with or without her. And when you have it that, you become the she becomes the orbit, and that shift. That's what the man sheds from the man she can't stop thinking about. So ask yourself, what's your mission? What are you building? Endo, your daily actions reflect it. Because when a man wakes up with purpose, protects his focus, and lives like he's here for something bigger, he doesn't have to chase women. Women feel drawn to his direction. Bonus. Boundary 7. The no fixing rule. Don't fix her emotions. Just hold the space. Most men, especially the caring, well-meaning ones, fall into this trap without even realizing it. She's upset, she's venting, she's emotional. And you immediately shift into solving mode. You say things like, "Just don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. Here's what I should do. You're overthinking it. Just do this." Andalthou, your intentions are good. What hears is, he doesn't trust my feelings. He's trying to fix my instead of feeling me. Here's the truth. A grounded man doesn't try to repair her emotional state. He holds space for it. He listens. He breathes. He stays present without interrupting, fixing, or fidgeting. Because a man who can't sickly with a woman in her storm, and no panic, not flee, not tell her how to feel, that man becomes her anewer. He becomes the one she trusts, leans on, and craves, not because he solved her problems, but because he didn't abandon her in them. Let me say it again for the men in the back, who didn't need the right words. You need the right presence. Bonus. Boundary 8. The mystery will protect your full story. Don't overshare too soon. Here's some few talk about in dating. Women are most not tough men who reveal everything but tough men who reveal everything but tough men. See in the age of constant texting, social media stories, and deep talks by day 3. Most men overexpose, they spill their trauma, they reveal their financial details, they unpack a very chapter of their past, like it's a therapy session. But hair swat, that duo kills the mystery. And mystery. Mystery is magnetic. The masculine duest always explain itself. It doesn't hand over every page of the book in the first date. It lets her wander. Let her lean forward. Leather twist, because when you hold a little back, not out of fear, but out of intentionality, you create pull. She feels there's more to you. She doesn't feel entitled to your soul story. She feels honored when you slowly unfold it. That slow reveal, that controlled depth, it's intoxicating. What your boundaries see about you. Every boundary you set is a message. It says, I know who I am. I'm not afraid to lose. What does entailin' with that? That kind of masculine energy. It's not just attractive, it's unforgettable. Because he hears what women feel. Even if they never say it out loud. If hair respect him if this much, maybe I'll beat around him, too. It'll leave a test wall interaction. You're no longer trying to be enough for her. You're residing a standard and letting Hera set it. So now tell me, in the comments, which of these boundaries hit the hardest for you? Which one are you going to implement starting today? If this video helps shift your mindset, give it a like and tap the bell so you never miss an insight that can change your entire. Until next time, I'm Amelia, remind you to set the standard, protect your frame, and own the moment.